Geoff Holder is ready to chat to us. He's on the line right now. He's had some great reviews for his literary work. Good afternoon, Geoff. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you, David. How are you?
Not bad at all, not bad at all. Thanks for coming in contact with Radio West Fife. For those of us who aren't familiar with your work, Geoff, can you tell us a little bit about the type of book that you write?
Yes, I've written more than 20 books typically on subjects of things like the supernatural and the strange and the peculiar and paranormal, but also the sometimes the grotesque and the gruesome as well.
Sounds quite macabre, doesn't it?
Macabre is one of the key words, I think, within my vocabulary.
Geoff, am I quite correct in saying your books are exclusively non-fiction?
That's correct, yes.
Yeah, and where does your interest in this area come from?
Well, I have to take you back, David, to many years ago when I was 7 years old, and I was given a book on dinosaurs as a Christmas present. And, like a lot of kids, I loved dinosaurs. I thought they were the best things on the planet. But then I discovered dragons, which were even cooler than dinosaurs because they breathed fire and they're smart and they flew. Getting into dragons introduced me to the whole world of mythology and folklore and legend, and hence moved on to fantasy and science fiction and horror. And, that was me sort of sold as a kid on these kind of things.
So as far as I'm aware, most of your books seem to be focused on places in Scotland. Is there any particular reason for that?
That's because I live here.
Ah, right, simple as.
There's your answer right there, David.
That's right, yeah. I live near Perth.
Up in Perthshire there. When did you actually write your first book, and where did the inspiration for that come from?
Well, the first book I wrote was called The Guide to Mysterious Perthshire, and that came out in December 2006. The inspiration for that came because I was spending the little free time that I had from my job. I was going around the county visiting the castles and the stone circles and the ancient sites and all these other wonderful places. And I thought, there's a book in this. And I've written another 8 or 9 books of a similar nature, so The Guide to Mysterious Arran or The Guide to Mysterious Stirlingshire, The Guide to Mysterious Glasgow, and so on.
So how many publications have you actually had to date?
By the end of this month, I'll have finished my 23rd book.
That's impressive, I have to say.
Very impressive. Tell us a bit about yourself, Geoff. I believe you're originally from Cardiff. What brought you and your work up to Scotland?
Well, I went to university at Stirling, and after that I sort of hung around like a bad smell in Scotland, and ended up getting a job in Perth. That's why I'm here. But I describe myself, David, as a Welshman with an English accent who lives in Scotland with his French wife.
Oh, superb.
Wow, that's some kind of variety right there.
Very multicultural.
Yeah, that's right.
Can you tell us a bit about your days as a student?
I studied film and media studies at Stirling. It was wonderful. The course was terrific. The location was marvellous. The tutors were great, and it changed my life. In a way, although just a bit before that, I'd studied with the Open University. That's what really made the difference to my life. Being with the Open University, that's what opened all those horizons to me.
You must be a very disciplined kind of person, because I don't think I could settle down to Open University. Too many distractions and all. And I know you do a lot of talks and presentations. When's the next one, and what should people expect if they come along to one of these days?
Well, the next one, it's a little outside your area. It's in Kinross on 21st of November. And the topic I've settled on is mysterious and murderous Kinrossshire. So it's going to be a very locally based talk, and I'm going to be talking about an episode of a poltergeist in Kinross, and also a 19th century murder as well. In Fife, I've got a talk coming up in February in St Andrews, and that's called Haunted St Andrews. That'll be on the 23rd of February. So Haunted St Andrews in area I'll be talking about there.
Hi Geoff, I'm Fiona. I just have
Fiona.
Hello. I just have one quick question for you. Of everything that you've studied, everything that you've written about, what would you say you favour the most? Is it ghosts or something else?
In terms of the physical pleasure of visiting places, Fiona, for me, you can't beat a good stone circle. I've written an entire book on stone circles. I've included stone circles in some of the other books. They're just wonderful places to visit. Yeah. Because, as you can imagine, when I'm dealing with the topic of the supernatural, a lot of it is a bit, airy-fairy, nothing that you can confirm. Whether we think about stone circles, these are things that you can go and visit, that you can poke and prod and really sort of experience experience something directly. And hence I favour them.
Well,
So
thank you.
A very sort of hands-on, practical kind of thing then.
Oh yeah, I don't have much patience for the these sort of wishy-washy, airy-fairy kind of tales. I like things that you can actually go and visit.
Investigate for yourself.
Yeah, and things that other people can go and visit. That's the purpose of the books. For people to go out and say, oh, that's in my local area. I can go to that place, and maybe that guy Geoff, maybe he's got the whole thing wrong.
Yeah.
But they can actually go and investigate it themselves.
Perhaps David and I should come with you sometime. It sounds like fun.
It would be great. Although I have to say that I'm a really grumpy old man, so you have to put up with me.
You don't sound like
fine.
it.
You've no idea what David's like. So.
Oh, did you hear that, David? That was not slander.
Indeed.
Yeah, the things you have to put up with.
I know it's stressful in this studio, believe it or
Especially
not.
when you're a grumpy old man, things you have to put up with. Yeah.
Would that be a real option? Us maybe coming along to one of your visits with a recorder and maybe
that's right.
collecting some audio.
I think that's actually quite realistic. Actually, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. So, what other plans do you have for the future, Geoff?
Well, I've got a different kind of book coming out in about 10 days' time. Something I've never tried before. It's called The Little Book of Glasgow, and it's basically 1,001 things you didn't know about Glasgow. So it's a sort of mix of historical tidbits and trivia and bits and pieces, facts, so from sort of culture and food and drink and history and things that happened during the wars and crime and punishment, and also things like the natural world as well. So it's all little bite-sized chunks. I think it was a perfect toilet book.
Yeah.
You can just pick up a little bit here and there. So that's a new venture for me. So that's coming out on the 21st of November. Interestingly enough, there's already a number of reviews circulating about it online, and a number of sort of Scottish and Glasgow websites. So that's quite interesting to sort of see.
Geoff, I think I know the answer to this one already, but where's the best place for people to find out more about what you do?
I've got a website. It's called geoffholder.com, and Geoff Holder is GeoffHolder. So geoffholder.com was, there's the full multimedia panoply, David. You got videos, you got your podcasts, you've got your downloads, but also and pictures, but also on a blog. But there's also lots of stuff, about what's happening, what's upcoming, the upcoming events, that sort of thing. I'm also on Twitter and Facebook as well.
Well, Geoff, all the best with the new book, and thanks for coming on to Radio West Fife today for a wee chat.
Thank you so much.
Much appreciated.
Take care now.
Thank you both very much indeed.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
From the 60s to today, we're playing you all the hits that you want to hear. So settle down and enjoy the show.